Eminence. Go throw them knees up in the air.
9, 8, 7. We have a go for main engine start. 4, 3, 2, 1, and liftoff.
I've been waiting all week for some SFL action. On a big screen, I feel like I'm Ashley Jackson. Quarterback sneak, 4th and 3, man, what's happening? Touchdown, championships trying to stack up. I've been waiting all week for some SFL action. On a big screen, I feel like I'm Ashley Jackson. Quarterback sneak, 4th and 3, man, what's happening? Touchdown, championships trying to stack up. Rushing like a bullet into the end zone. Defense, hold up, no scoring in the red zone. Throwing up pick 6, I feel like I'm Josh Rowe. Throwing downs over the shoulder, think I'm Jack Winmo. I need me back to back, trying to be like Vulture. Cause a storm, cause I'm mighty, it's in the culture. Esports TV, YouTube, Twitch, SFL Live, tuning you don't wanna miss. I've been waiting all week for some SFL action. On a big screen, I feel like I'm Ashley Jackson. Quarterback sneak, 4th and 3, man, what's happening? Touchdown, championships trying to stack up. I've been waiting all week for some SFL action. On a big screen, I feel like I'm Ashley Jackson. Quarterback sneak, 4th and 3, man, what's happening? Touchdown, championships trying to stack them. Next level like my entertainment. NXT on the stream, 8 p.m. on the beat. Catch me on the cam like I'm SFL commish. Yeah, you only got one chance, you can never miss. For the glory, revolution, feel my fury. Cause I'm a legend out in Canton, and I'm playing with dragons. I'm the king of this legion. SFL action, tuning this season. I've been waiting all week for some SFL action. On a big screen, I feel like I'm Ashley Jackson. Quarterback sneak, 4th and 3, man, what's happening? Touchdown, championships trying to stack. I've been waiting all week for some SFL action. On a big screen, I feel like I'm Ashley Jackson. Quarterback sneak.
What is up, SFL Nation? And welcome back to SFL Nights with A.J.Striker. Thank you so much for joining me today or tonight or whenever you decided to hit that play button or turn on that radio dial. I really appreciate it, y'all. And we are back with my favorite two co-hosts. I have Mr. Diggy. How are you doing tonight?
Good. Glad to be back. Hope you had a good Halloween, kiddos.
Hey, well, I spent my Halloween at the dentist getting a root canal, but it is what it is.
Oh, go hand that candy over. Hand that candy.
Oh, I got plenty for you. There you go. And then I have Mr. Senior Eddie Gage. How are you doing, sir?
Chilling.
You look like you're stressed. You look like you're stressed, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, hey, it's all good, man. But I'm doing fantastic. Thank y'all for asking, gentlemen, and welcome back, everybody, to a great show I have planned for you tonight. So we're going to start things off with our SFLm Week 3 review, followed by our picks for Week 4. Then we have our semi-finals playoff review, which was crazy in itself, and our championship predictions. The hot topic question of the evening comes from Case Samuels, and it reads, should there be more leniency on player names in the league? I kind of already know the answer to that, but we're going to still discuss it a little bit. And my 4th interviews will include Mr. Alessandro Tomello, make sure I get that right, from the Florida Storm, and my wide receiver, Connor Weston, decided to come in and join us too. And so from the Arizona Scorpions. So it's going to be a great show. Really looking forward to bringing you all the good information that we have. So SFLm. The SFLm Games took place on the 28th of October and reads as follows. So Madison Lynx took on the Ottawa Cavalry, where Madison won 13-7. San Jose Flight took on the Lexington Miners, where the Flight won 21-10. The Albuquerque Adams took on the Lincoln Rattlesnakes, where the Adams won 31-27. And lastly, the Annapolis Navigators took on the Tacoma Grizzlies, where Tacoma won 13-7. All fantastic games to watch. And Diggy, break it down for us a little bit more.
Let's start with Madison and Ottawa. Okay.
Okay.
Thumper's first pass was thrown for a touchdown, which was great to see, and after that, it was kind of plagued a little bit with some drop passes for receivers and, some good pressure and great defense by Ottawa. I was really impressed with the way Ottawa was able to move the ball against a tough Madison defense. The mix of run and pass, we haven't really been seen too much of this season so far. Really paid off for them against Madison and kept it a close game. I really want to give a shout out to Madison's new running back, Brown, who had some great one-handed catches. I don't know if he doesn't realize OBJ as a wide receiver, not a running back, but he had a couple one-handed catches in there. So really wanted to give him a shout out. He did well with the opportunities given, and at the end of the day, I think if Ottawa would have been able to convert some of those third downs and capitalize on some of the turnovers they made Thumper make, we could have seen a different outcome. And I think that's what lost the game for them. Like I said, Madison's defense, once again, is a tough team to play against. They're a force to be reckoned with, and they have to start, running the ball more, especially at the end of the game. 2 minutes left, Madison's still throwing the ball, and it gave Ottawa a chance to come back and win. You got the lead, run the clock down a little bit, and Madison, let Ottawa get the ball back. Ottawa took it all the way to the goal line, and they were able to bat the ball down. Otherwise it could have been a different outcome. So, next game was Adams and Lincoln. This was a great game to watch as well. It was a great defensive game. Even though the score is as high as it is, it was out of the norm from what we've seen so far this season. This was a really, 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 really run-heavy game. Both teams, showed that they could still run the ball, and that running is still alive and well in the minors. Adobe was showing his experience with Patak and catching some great passes out there. Shout out to Craig Westlake on an amazing touchdown. And that's, what makes this kind of fun for me, is seeing some of your teammates, out there still doing well. This game had big statements made, and no bigger statement was made than by Josh Slapp running 94 yards for a touchdown. It was crazy to say this, but this guy ran more yards in one play than some teams have run in 3 weeks. Madison has played 3 weeks of football and not even hit 100 yards rushing on the season. Can you believe that?
Oh, no.
And Lincoln responded right back. Logan Lee took one to the house for 80-plus yards. And, that may have been the plan of Lincoln to run a lot this game and avoid Dante Grimm. Because once, the passing started to open up, Grimm snagged one and ran it back for a touchdown. At the end of this game, it was exciting. Slider got his first passing touchdown on the season, going 70 yards to make it 21-31. Then they got their onside kick, scoring another passing touchdown, and they got their extra point kick blocked, making it 31-27. They tried another onside kick, and they got that one too. 2 onside kicks in a row.
Well, we need that secret, whatever that is.
Yeah, but they threw an interception. They threw an interception. They had multiple chances to pull it out. They just couldn't do it. It was a great game, But my player of the game for that one was Willie Tower Jr. That's who got him back in that game with those 2 touchdowns. Had over 224 yards receiving. He had more than that, but that's the last stat I could get.
Okay.
So game 3 was Annapolis and Tacoma. Very evenly matched game. Both teams kept it close all game. I think Tacoma's defense is what won them this game, being able to hold Annapolis down and keep pressure on their quarterback Struthers. I'm glad to see that Grant Jr. got going for Annapolis. Like we've talked about, I knew just a little bit of time once they could figure something out. They got him figured out and how best to kind of use him. Now that they've kind of figured that out, I look for a bigger game from them and him next week. But Tacoma's offense needs to get rolling a little more smoothly, converting the ball and getting it moving. But another good game to watch. Lastly was San Jose Flight and Lexington. San Jose came out strong, like many expected, with some big passes, putting Lexington's pass defense, on notice. But they were all over it, breaking up catches and playing tight man-to-man. So San Jose had some great pass defense when it needed it as well. and it let them keep this game close, so they could get Bacon doing what he needed to do, and that's run the ball into the end zone and get him points. I don't know, Lexington's Sanders personally, but I have high hopes for this player. I've loved watching him play. Like I said, he shows little flashes of Kevin Say when he can, and it sucks he got hurt this game. He got a huge hit, but finish the season off with progressions. Don't get down on it, and we'll see what you can do. You can notice the difference from week 4 and week 1. So Lexington was able to keep it close with San Jose 14-10, but with how close this game was, I think that interception hurt them the most, because after Lexington threw that, San Jose flight capitalized, working hard and getting Bacon back into the end zone again, which won them the game. So it was a great week of football for that. Exciting, and I like I said, I like most seeing the run game back, sometimes in a big way in some of those games. So
right, and that's a good thing, because looking at all of these scores, you can tell that the players and the coaches are getting more acclimated to the playbooks, because the score lines are a lot closer now. So
more tape.
Exactly. More tape, more time. And who knows, it might be some couple, like maybe 1 or 2 point games. So it's going to be really exciting. I'm really proud of all the efforts that these SFLm coaches and these players doing their player progressions and things like that. It's really showing. So congratulations, y'all. Now, week 4, if I can bring it up real quick. Too many screens open. Okay. So week 4 will take place on November the 4th, Friday, and it will include the Lincoln Rattlesnakes taking on the Lexington Miners at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. Gentlemen, who's going to win this game?
Between Lincoln and Lexington, Lincoln's going to have to play some strong defense and get Lee rolling early. If they can keep the balanced game plan they've been having go on, but make it more effective, taking advantage of opportunities that present themselves, I think they'll walk away with a win. But if Lexington wants to win, they need to keep playing tight defense in the pass game and get Sanders in a position to be more effective and impactful. So I'm going to go with Lincoln over Lexington, even though I do like the running back over there. So go with Lincoln.
Lexington got this one.
I think I'm actually going to side with Diggy on this one, Lexington, because, Lincoln actually was able to score 27 points last game against the defending champions. Anytime you're able to score on the defending champions like that, you do show significant improvement, at least from week to week. So I think Lexington is actually going to take this one.
They're both 1 and 2, so we'll see how it plays out.
Indeed. The Madison Lynx will be taking on the San Jose Flight, which should be game of the week, in my opinion. I think it's going to be a really good game to watch at 6:45 p.m. Gentlemen, what do you have?
This is a very pass-heavy offense, like I said, and I think it's going to hurt them. Like last week, you're ahead with just over 2 minutes left. You have to run the ball and burn some clock. But Madison is also, that defense is back. They slipped a little bit last season, but it's back. They've only allowed, like the announcer said, 11.5 points per game before this one last week. So if they don't burn clock at the end of the game and let San Jose Flight have a chance to come in there and win it, because you don't want them coming and getting the ball in the last couple minutes and passing it or giving Bacon any more chances than necessary to break a burner off. And this is going to be a tough test for Madison's defense, one of the tougher tests they've had this week, especially with a veteran person back here in Bacon. So I'm going Madison still, but they need to do something with this passing.
Oh, I get it. Eddie, who you got?
Madison.
All right, I think I'm going to be on the Lone Island right here. I think I'm going San Jose Flight, bro. I'm going San Jose Flight.
I'm going to pretend like I didn't even hear. I ain't even going to write that down.
I mean, killer running back, even like you said, the running game is very important. You can pass all day, but you have to be balanced. I think San Jose has a better chance of being a bit more balanced than Madison. But hey, this is just a guess.
3-0 going against 2-1, so we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, exactly. At Ottawa Cavalry, we'll be taking on the Tacoma Grizzlies at 8:45 p.m. Eastern. Gentlemen, who do you have?
Tacoma.
Tacoma. I think this one's going to be a good one as well. I think Tacoma needs to get the offense rolling a little more effectively and convert those third downs and keep the ball moving and keep that defense playing strong like they did last week. The defense was good last week, and they need to get on the board earlier. Ottawa, they're going to have to be able to capitalize on these turnovers that they create. Ottawa's defense has been playing good. They just need to get the offense getting points on board. So I'm going to go. Man.
Am I right?
Yeah. Tacoma's defense is good too. I just need that offense. I think Ottawa's a little bit more rounded right now, play-wise, but to come out and slap me. So I'm going to go Ottawa for this week.
I'm going to side with Eddie. I'm going with Tacoma on this one, man. I'm going with Tacoma. I like what they did last week. I do. Will they be able to continue that on this week? Not quite sure, but I think they stand a good chance for Ottawa. So we're going to see. Last game will be the Annapolis Navigators taking on the Albuquerque Adams at 9 p.m. Gentlemen, what do you have? I got the Adams.
Okay. So do I.
Definitive chance.
So do I.
I look for Sanders to have a good game. I think. Let's see. I would like. I think Annapolis will do what they can to avoid Grimm.
Yeah.
So I think the running game will play a bigger factor. In the man.
I know, right?
Well, let's see. I think they'll avoid Grimm in the pass game, so I look for more run from them, like I said, especially since they've got Grant rolling last week. So since they've got Grant rolling and they've kind of figured some stuff out with him, I think Annapolis gets their first win over a tough and talented Adams team. They're going to have to play lights out.
They're going to have to.
I got to pick one big one in here. So I'm going to go Annapolis.
That ain't the one.
I go 0-4.
You looking like you're going 0-4.
No, come on now.
That's messed up, man.
I'm going to go out swinging. And if I was betting, you'd be asking for some of that money if I could. This is my lottery ticket right now.
Okay. I feel you on that, bro. Moving on to the semi-playoff review now, guys. This was some great ball to watch. Great congratulations to all the teams that participated in the semifinals round. Oh, man. When I tell you pins and needles, it doesn't matter which game you was watching. I don't think anybody was comfortable in either one of their games. First game we're going to talk about that took place on the 29th of October. It's the Mexico City Aztecs taking on the Baltimore Vultures, where Baltimore won 44-21 at Sports Gamers Online Stadium. Mexico City had 183 yards passing, 147 yards rushing for 330 yards total. Their time of possession was only 16 minutes, 7 seconds, with 7 turnovers. Baltimore had 264 yards passing, 88 yards rushing, 352 yards total. Their time of possession was 27 minutes and 26 seconds with 3 turnovers. Ivory Irvin was the player of the game, with wide receiver having 5 receptions for 57 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 kick return touchdown, and 1 punt return touchdown. Who does that? And how did he do that? I mean,
that's
time of possession. Exactly. That's Baltimore in the playoffs. I mean, only holding Mexico City. They only held the ball for 16 minutes, 7 seconds. So they had no time with the ball, even though they had a fantastic rushing game in comparison to Baltimore. those turnovers, the 7 turnovers, I think, is what did Mexico City in. So, gentlemen, what is your thoughts and opinions on this game?
I'll be quick. I really thought Mexico had this game. I mean, keeping it close for as long as they did was very, very impressive. And it's hard to overcome. Like you said, a kick return and a punt return in the same game. I mean, like any coach will tell you, Destro will tell you, I'm sure Eddie will tell you, and I'm sure, the guys that have been on the other teams, like BJ and them, they'll tell you, you can't plan for that stuff. So you can do all you want, but you can't plan for special teams. So, I was really hoping at the end of the game, Matt could have ended out on a touchdown. That'd have been cool to see, because I know a lot of people in the chat were rooting for that. And he fought hard, and what way, or what, I can't see a better ending to it than to losing to one of the best teams. If you're going to lose to any team, to lose to one of the bigger name teams in the league in a big game. So props to everybody on that team. You played hard the whole way through, and it just didn't work out this game. So next season comes around quicker than we think.
Gotcha.
Like he said, I mean, it's hard enough trying to come back from a kickoff return, but to get a kickoff return and a punt return only for a touchdown, plus all the interceptions, it's amazing Mexico City was able to keep it as close as they were, because that's just a lot to endure. But shout out to Baltimore. I mean, that pass rush is what resulted in a lot of those bad throws that Matt Wilson went out with. It's a shame for him to go out with his last game being like that. But like I say, shout out to that Baltimore front line, because they were coming all night long.
Indeed. And if just so you didn't know, there was Mike Dagg's last game, and of course Matt Wilson's last game. It is a sad time to see both of those two players retiring, because they've been such a staple for that team for a very, very long time. So I know Ramos is going to have his work cut out for him this offseason trying to replace them. But I do wish Ramos the best of luck. He has always been a good supporter, a hell of a coach, So I don't want him to go away with his head hanging in shame or being down about this, because he always puts up a hell of a fight. It doesn't matter who he plays. It doesn't matter what week it is. So kudos to both teams for what they've done in that game. Last game of the evening was the Arizona Scorpions taking on the London Knights in Queensway, where Arizona won 42-20. Arizona had 314 yards passing, 140 yards rushing for 454 yards total. Time of possession, 23 minutes, 54 seconds with only 2 mistakes. London, 373 yards passing, only 50 yards rushing for 423 yards total. Time of possession, 19 minutes, 30 seconds with 5 turnovers. Player of the game was DJ Moses. 25 attempts, 135 yards, 2 touchdowns, 36 reception yards, and 1 reception touchdown. This was a game that I was really hoping that we were going to win, because it seems like every time we played London in Queensway, it never really worked out for us. Remember the first time as a team we played them, they won with just a passing game. I think it was Angus McLean that was the quarterback at that moment, and Robert Merritt was still the running back at the time. But, they killed us with the passing. So to go into Queensway, to go into their house and be able to make a significant mark the way we did, I'm truly proud of our team. I'm truly proud of the effort that you put in, Eddie, for the playbook to make sure that we won that game. And kudos to London for their season. Had a fantastic season. You were 11-1 you were number one, and we had to play you. We had to study to beat you. And none of you should hold your head in shame either, because you did your thing. But we had to win this game. And when it mattered, we came through. So, gentlemen, what are your thoughts?
Honestly, when I was preparing for him, my initial thoughts was, man, this game's going to be tough because they're giving us all kind of problems. And if I'm being honest, I really didn't get to a point where I was more comfortable with the playbook until Thursday night, when things started coming together finally, particularly with the defense, because that's what was really giving me problems was their offense. So, but once I submitted the playbook, I was starting to feel pretty good about myself. But, you know, they did throw some wrinkles in there. So shout out to them for doing that. And, you know, everyone's going to throw in wrinkles. You just never know what's coming at this point of the playoffs. You know, everyone is bringing their A game. And, you know, game started out kind of slow for us. Our defense stepped up, but then the very first pass you threw got picked off, and why you threw it to the middle of the field, I have no idea, because TJ Pump was wide open over there in the left corner. I'm like, oh, here we go. But, you know, we overcame that and put some points up early. But then you got hurt.
Mm-hmm. They tried to take me out, bro.
Yeah, tried to take you out. And thank God you came back, because I was already thinking the worst, like, oh, great season, y'all. We tried our best. But thank God you came back and right at the ship. And I think what really turned the game around for us was when we went for it on 3rd and long, and London deflected the ball and it bounced off another guy's arms and it got kicked. And finally Connor came down with it, and good run, DJ. And, you know, we was able to, I think that play took the sails out of their defense, because after that, we just took over. And it was lights out after that. So shout out to London on a great season, going 11-1, proving all the doubters wrong, getting to the Final Four in the playoffs, having the first round bye, all that good stuff. Liam proved a lot of people wrong, myself included. So shout out to them. And I'm sure he'll bounce back next season. So we'll see what the future holds.
Indeed. Diggy, any thoughts?
You know, congrats on the win. You can obviously tell from watching the game, it was a great scouted game. I mean, y'all's defense was amazing. I thought your guys were always right there. I mean, even if the play was successful from London, you could tell that, you know, Eddie really put the extra time in this game. You know, he I mean, like I said, even if the play was successful, you guys were kind of right on top of it still, you know. And you know, for you to be hurt and the rest of the team to step up and keep it like it was, and to pull out, you know, the victory, but not just the victory, the strength of the victory said a lot. And we'll I'll say more in the preview for the next game.
All right.
Congrats.
All right.
And props to London. Like you said, tough team all season. They, you know, answered a lot of people's questions, because I remember the beginning of the season, everybody was saying, "It's London for real? It's London for real right now?" Yep. And yeah, they were 11-1.
Yeah, indeed. That Jordan roundness that you got to go going on there. You know, like I said, it fits.
Thank you.
Can you imagine if I cut out my hair out? It's gonna be, my head is gonna be as big as a screen.
You should try it. Get you one of those little things the actors wear to make it look like they got a bald head. Put that on.
You really think all this is gonna fit under a bald cap? I'm gonna be looking like, what was the name of that show? The Cone Heads. That's
Oh.
A Halloween idea next year. Miss Conehead.
There you go. I can't. But on to championship playoff predictions. All right, gentlemen. So we know number 2 team, Baltimore Vultures, will be taking on the number 5 seed, Arizona Scorpions, this Saturday. I'm not sure. Do we have a time yet, guys?
It's at 6:30 Eastern. Let me confirm that real quick, though.
Okay.
Oh, my bad. Hold on. Went to the wrong thing. It's at 6:30 Eastern.
All right, cool. 6:30 Eastern, Saturday night. Last game of the season that actually features the Arizona Scorpions this time. Yes. And since season 14, we're waiting on this moment, you know. It is going to be a very difficult game. Both teams showed prowess as to why they should be champions. Of course, Baltimore is the powerhouse. Baltimore is the team to beat. Baltimore is who every team or most teams want to replicate because of the 3 championships that they've won. Because the consistency they have, the fact that they can score on defense, offense, special teams. So, and the fact they're going to be at home. They got home field advantage. So, this is going to be a very tough game for the Scorpions. I mean, we have to play lights out. There has to be minimal mistakes in this game because clearly they will take the ball. We already know that. If our defense isn't ready, they will score. Period. That's what they do. So you have to try to beat them at their own game, right?
Actually, we lost you for a moment.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, you're still frozen.
Yeah, your screen is frozen.
Man.
Now you're back. You're back.
There you go.
All right, cool. Where did I leave off at?
Mistake free.
Gotta play mistake-free football.
So it's imperative that we play mistake-free football, or we throw significantly less turnovers, or have significantly less turnovers than Baltimore. We just got to be tight with everything because they seem to be unstoppable. But what we do have in our pocket is that we have beat them before. We did figure out how to do that, and it's just about duplicating that again for the game that really matters. And I said that the London game was a David and Goliath matchup. This is truly a David and Goliath matchup. We are the Cinderella. We are the underdogs here. We have the motivation, we have the heart, we have the determination, and we have you, coach. We have you working seamlessly day and night trying to get this win. And I said this, like I said last week, we win this championship, this is going to be dedicated to you because look who you beat to get here. Some teams had it, for lack of a better term, an easier schedule than we did. And we are here at this moment to take on, my opinion, the top team of the league.
I'll be right back.
My bad. I gotta go help my wife bring the groceries. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Sorry.
Man.
Hey, my bad, y'all.
All good.
My bad.
You know, your wife brings home groceries more than anybody else I've ever met.
Bro,
you guys shop every day bringing groceries.
Let me tell you.
can send somebody over here. I need some steaks.
I got a 12-year-old crumb snatcher, and I like to eat. You know, my mother-in-law stays here. We all get it in, man. But she don't like. She used to, when we lived in Chicago, she just shop in bulk. She don't shop in bulk anymore. since we moved here.
The way these prices set up.
That too, the way
You know?
these prices set up.
It's crazy. But so Diggy, what is your thoughts on this champion? By the way, I'm definitely going for Arizona to win. The quarterback, owner, GM, right? GM at the moment. You know, I definitely want to see these guys win, especially for our day ones that's been there this whole time. Got to get it for them.
Well, you said David and Goliath, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what you compared this game to again. So I'm gonna one up you, and I'm gonna say this game is more like the movie Independence Day, and y'all got to be Will Smith. Somebody's got to fly that jet up into that thing and destroy it. I mean, I'm gonna pull for Arizona in this game, just because, like, nothing against Baltimore. I like watching Baltimore. I think they're exciting. The defense plays they make, the kick returns. I'm a big defensive person. I like my Chicago Bears. I like all that stuff. I'm always liking the defense, and they're exciting to watch. So no hate on Baltimore. It's just getting to the point. They've been in champion. Get some new blood in here. Get a new winner. It's kind of like I told you before the show. It's kind of like watching the New England Patriots in the Super Bowl again when they had that big span. It's like,
yeah.
Okay, let's see something different. So just for that fact, not saying anybody doesn't deserve it or anything like that, because both of y'all do. But I'm gonna go with Arizona just to have a change happen, a little change, something new, something different.
Yeah, y'all already got 3 rings. Shoot, let somebody else get one. Go ahead, Eddie.
I mean, what else needs to be said, man? They won 3 chips, including 2 in a row. The running game is amazing. You can't, they can run inside, they can run outside, both effectively. T-Roy gets a fair number of carries, so you got to pay attention to him too. They got weapons at the X, the Y, the Z. They got a fabulous tight end who we tried to snag him a few seasons ago. He said thanks, but no thanks, and Lloyd Graham Jr. And they got ball players every damn where, and they got a all-star quarterback leading the whole thing. On defense, I can tell you right now, just from running Sims, they front line is no joke. They 2 defensive tackles is giving us all kind of hell with the run game. Nate Brown is so underrated and underappreciated, and I didn't realize just how good he was until this week. And speaking of the devil, it's gonna be a tough game, man. And they get pressure on the quarterback. They force a lot of turnovers. Special teams game, as we just saw this past week, they can take it back to the house. I mean, they just can do so many things, man, and it's just gonna be tough. But hey, I mean, if we're gonna win the whole thing, what better team to have the opportunity to do it against than Baltimore? I don't fear anybody. I look forward to the challenge, and but man, this is just as big of a challenge as any, and we'll see how it shakes out.
Indeed. Before I move on, go ahead.
Like you said, the main thing for you all is going to be you need to stay healthy all game. Like you said, the turnovers need to be non-existent this game. You'll need to play, lights out, mistake-free football, and even then, like we've seen this season, a lot of these teams have been up on Baltimore until the late in the third or beginning of the fourth, and then it's like something clicks and they explode. So you can't take any lead in this game lightly. If y'all get ahead early, stay on it and keep it. So I mean, they can come back from 14 like that. So
funny thing is, we've done the same.
Yeah.
And people thought that we were writing us out, saying good game in the chat, celebrating the fact that they thought we were going to lose. So we're going to see how everything shakes up. I think that we have the potential to do the impossible. We got to make the impossible possible. And I think with the crew that we have, I think with the coach that we have, I think we're gonna do it.
Come on, man.
I think we're gonna do it, man. So, moving on to our hot topic question of the evening, coming from Kay Samuels. Should there be leniency on player names in the league? I say no, because you never know what people are going to do, and you have to understand that this stuff is on television. This stuff is being broadcasted all around the world. So you don't want to have some offensive name that's dressed up as a name to being broadcasted like that. Like we take this serious. So guys, what do you think?
No, it's fine the way it is. Like you said, this isn't just simulation football for fun. This is an actual business. This is Cam's livelihood, and not only that, but you're messing with owners that have actual sponsors. Teams that are owned by people, and no sponsor or business wants to come in here and put their name on something where somebody's like, hey, Cheeks is running for, Clapping Cheeks, whatever your name you come up with is, running for a touchdown. Nobody, they don't want to do that. This is a serious league, and that's why this league has gotten to where it is. TV contracts, all that stuff. I'm pretty sure when Cam makes a presentation to somebody for a contract, he's like, hey, this is my rules, this is on lock, and people don't do it. So I'm going to say, no, it's fine the way it is. Gotcha.
Eddie?
I agree. It got to be tasteful. It got to be something, like you said, the SFL was surely becoming a business, not just for Cam, but for the league as a whole. And we got to be mindful of that. You can't be coming on here with names like that. We're on national television and things of that nature. So I agree.
Indeed. We are going to slide over to my 4th and goal interviews. Coming right up. What is up, SFL Nation? And we are back with my 4th and goal interview featuring Mr. Alessandro Tomello. Beautiful.
Well done.
He is the defensive end for the Florida Storm. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine, thank you. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Doing good. Just want to apologize off rip. We won the game. It was a very hard game to prepare for. Anytime we go against the Florida Storm, and with Mighty being on those books, we were all nervous because we didn't know how it was going to work out. And then being in the eye,
yes.
It was, I don't think none of us were sitting down that entire game.
I mean, I'm sure the same goes for everybody else in our locker room. It was an instant classic, an absolute game full of fireworks. It was insane, and it's football. You have to have a winner and a loser at the end of the game. But that's how that football game went. And next time we'll make sure to make some extra work to not let you go through next time we meet. Hopefully.
Exactly. But I think that says a lot about the coaching, though. These guys have been coaching for a long time, and it's very hard to prepare for someone that is so seasoned as Mighty is.
Yes.
He's been at it for a very long time, won 3 championships, and I believe, weren't you on the team to receive a few of them? Because you've been on the team since season 14, right?
Yes, the championship were in the seasons 10, 11, and 12. I'm basically the first player ever drafted from the Florida Storm after they moved from Alaska. I've been the first draft pick after moving, so to speak.
Awesome. So tell me, what is it like being on the Storm? What is the locker room like?
So before I start, let me actually put my hands forward and say that yes, absolutely, Mighty is a great coach. Eddie is a great coach. He's shown everybody what he's capable of, and I generally hope you all guys get the ring this season. I'm rooting for you. I'm cheering for you. I hope you absolutely deserve it. Eddie deserves it. You deserve it. Hunter, maybe not. I think Hunter may be fine without a ring. So
No.
I'm just kidding. I
know.
I love Hunter. He's a great dude.
Yeah, I see that you guys are on the Premier Stats group together too.
Yeah. I'm not doing enough of a job for him there, but so I apologize. But regarding to coaching, I want to tip my hat to Mr. Art Vandelay, who has been an incredible, and actually he's our head coach. So Mighty's been helping the team. He's been helping Art with the coaching. So I'm gonna tip my hat off to Mr. Art with his great contributes that he's been bringing to the Storm. So just wanted to, because I don't think he gets enough recognition. I think you hear all panelists, analysts talk about the Storm and Mighty and the Storm. And yes, the Storm is still very much Mighty's baby, but at the same time, especially in the last seasons, it feels like he's trying to, I don't want to say let it go, but he's like, this is my playground. Let's bring more people in to play with it. That's at least how it feels to me. And so I just want to give a big shout out to Hart. It's not an easy job to take. Many people did not want that job. So we've been going around for season after season after season looking for a head coach, and he's actually taken up to the challenge. So props to him, mad props to him. But for your question, actually, it's great. I don't know much anything to say. The locker room is absolutely crazy. Every time we get to add new players, new people, to get people in there and show them our locker room, our whatever goes on day to day. That can be either us being absolutely mad at the new power rankings, or Doyle having to talk about his life every time, every single moment of the day. It's great. It's absolutely great. No, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. I wouldn't be in this league if it wasn't for the Storm. I'm sure there's great locker rooms in all over the SFL. I'm not saying there's not, but the Storm is my locker room. It's where I want to be. So I'm absolutely happy they took a chance on that defensive end back in the season 14 draft. Mm-hmm. Couldn't be more grateful for them. It really feels like a family. It really feels like I deeply care for these people, not just because they have some numbers attached to them, but because they're my friends. I know them. I'm deeply interested in how they are, how they're doing, what they're actually pursuing in life. So that's been a really, really cool experience, especially for being Italian and being on the other side of the pond, looking at a completely different reality, which is life in the United States or in America in general, which is interesting. Trying to exercise English as much as I can. It's absolutely crazy experience. I couldn't be more happy about it.
Hold on one second.
No problem.
Baby, you can film later. Come on, you can film later. Mommy's gonna be done in a little bit. He's gonna wait until I'm busy, and then he's gonna come try to film. Life with children, I swear.
Life with children.
So, since the last time we spoke, what has been new with you? What's been going on with you?
I mean, I've been going on with my studies. I've been
Okay.
keeping up with my university, and I was actually talking to you earlier. Tomorrow, which is in my alarm is in like 6 hours, I think, and I'm gonna start my final clerkship for my habilitation to be an actual medical doctor. And
Oh, beautiful.
it's gonna take a little bit more than that, but it's finally starting to look like I'm at the end of the long tunnel that's behind me at this point, and I'm psyched about it. I can't wait. It's gonna be an interesting month in an emergency room in a hospital close to home. So it's gonna be interesting.
Zero sleep, probably.
We'll see. We'll see. I actually need my sleep. I actually need my time to study. So we'll see how that goes.
Oh man, that is great. Well, congratulations. I'm glad
Thank
that
you
you
very
kept
much.
that up. I'm glad that you're on the path to being a doctor. And we are in need of some very good doctors that really care about the individual and not just trying to put you on as many medications as possible, but really care about the general well-being. So
yes. That's exactly my main driving point, my main focus point. I'm just even following the path of a doctor. You have to choose whatever direction you want to take. I just want to be. I don't have any kind of. I don't want to be the greatest doctor that ever lived. I'd be really happy in being actually like a family doctor, somebody who just can be easy to reach whenever your children get a stomach bug.
right. I could have used you on Thursday.
No, just be the person, not just the scientist, but actually the person that can help you.
And
that's my dream. Actually, that's what I'm trying to chase.
That's very important, and kudos to you for that. What did you think about the Florida Storm season as a whole?
This season, okay. So this season specifically, we started a little bit slow. But if you've ever followed the Florida Storm through the years, you know that our team generally starts off slowly at the beginning of the season, in the first half of the season probably, and then we really start picking it up in the second half of the season and going into the playoffs. We also had a bit of an issue because in season 18, our coaching staff was actually made up of Art, of course, who is our head coach and has stayed as our head coach. And we also had a fantastic offensive coordinator in Ben Jackson.
Yeah.
And Ben is awesome, and he basically was the guy who made Bullet an MVP. So he has this incredible offensive philosophy about making running backs great and being, dropping casual 250 yard games with 3 touchdowns a game. The Bullet speaks for itself whenever he's on the pitch. So, but unfortunately he had to leave during the off season, and so we had a bit of a vacancy at the offensive coordinator spot, and Art said and took it upon himself to actually go and try to cover up both the defense and the offense. But as all the coaches in this league know, that is a very time-consuming thing, and Art specifically has always been a more defensive-minded coach, much like Mighty is. So it's taken a little bit of a couple games to actually get it right, and also with the and I'm gonna also speak for myself a bit, with the salary cap not going up last season, that was a big problem.
Yeah.
I'm actually the guy trying to make the numbers work for contract values and stuff like that, and it was a very big task trying to fit not only 23 players but 24, because we have an all-lineman coach. So we had to basically try to shave off everything we could to just try and make everybody fit under the cap. And so even then at the beginning of the season, when you're trying to put 24 players with 1,800 salary cap value at the beginning of the season, when you don't have those key animations, when you don't have those sparks that can turn a game upside down, it's gonna be very difficult. And so I think that's also one of the reasons why we started a little bit slow. But at the end, our team was going very well. Our offense found an identity, and you had to see it. You saw the game. It was very close. We scored like 71 points in two teams, so it was a great game. Also big shout outs to the defense, big shout outs to Ryan Davidson, who's four defensive touchdowns in a season. Is an amazing stat. And in our hearts, in our locker room at least, he's our defensive player of the season. We'll see what the SFL honors say about it, but he's gonna have our vote no matter what. The whole defense played out of their minds. Aaron Gooden was a great free agent acquisition. Great guy. Also helped with stats. Also helped with the scouting. Amazing guy. Whenever you go into a season, the defense is gonna be great here in Florida. And the offense absolutely found the right step at the end of the season. And then the season ended with a record-tying last second field goal from an exceptional kicker from an exceptional team. So, if you have to go out in the playoffs, at least we put up a fight. And we put up a hell of a fight, and we're gonna be back stronger whenever we come back next season.
Indeed. And you mentioned a lot. When you do go through those changes in coaching, it is difficult, at first to kind of figure out what works and just kind of get your bearings in. I need to figure out how things are going to be. So that does explain the slow start that you all had. I didn't necessarily know what was going on until now. So thank you for letting me know that and letting us know that. But despite the slow start, you still were a force to be reckoned with, and you still made it to the playoffs.
We were the fourth seed after all.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly.
I mean, it was a pretty successful season after all, and we lost. Maybe I remember we were 2-2 at some point at the beginning of the season, and those two games we lost by. Don't quote me on that. I might be wrong, but I'm fairly sure that both games we lost were one-score games. So that can go either way. It's just football. It's just the way the ball bounces around. It's just if one of the players actually makes a play instead of just batting down a pass or catching a tough pass, it's the game we play. So indeed. I'm not particularly mad at it.
I have some fun questions for you about your locker room. Okay.
Oh man.
So, who is the funniest person in your locker room?
Oh my God. The funniest person. I mean, I would say Doyle, but it's because he doesn't try to be funny. He's just a wreck of a person, and I hate him, and I hope he's fired for next season.
Why is everybody getting on Doyle? In the chat, guys, in the chat. So if you type in exclamation point Doyle, there's a picture of a dumpster on fire.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh my God.
Doyle is great. But we have a lot of very funny players. Actually, I think the funniest player from our locker room might be our tight end one, Valentin Sarkov.
Really?
He is amazing. He's an absolute clown. He is an absolute clown. He stepped in the locker room day one and said that I'm the best tight end in the history. And he's amazing. He has a incredibly quick wit. He has amazing humor. I love him.
Nice.
He's actually absolutely a great person.
Okay. Who is the most serious person in your locker room?
I don't want to say myself because I don't know. The most serious person.
I mean, if you are, then that's what it is.
I don't know. I think we actually everybody takes each other pretty lightly in there.
Nice.
So I think, yeah, sure, we can be serious. We have our own matters, and there's life outside the SFL who needs to be dealt with. But we usually take the occasion of chatting and talking to each other in the locker room to just be basically assholes all the time. So.
Gotcha. All right. Who is the most talkative? Like, will not stop talking.
Doyle. No, I'm just kidding. I will say the most talkative is probably the Bullet, Mr. Biletsky.
Really?
He is always in. He's always ready to just send us a picture and say, "Hey, I'm here." He's from New York. Mm-hmm. And sometimes he just sends us beautiful pictures of from maybe the dawn, spanning from beautiful views of his city, and yeah, I'd say he's probably one of the most talkative people in there. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Nice. Who is one of the players that gets angry the most?
I'm gonna give that to Mr. Ryan Davidson.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. I'm gonna say he's one of the guys who tends to be more, probably more salty. Whenever, even being in his position, he's he's a cornerback. He's one of the best defensive players in the league. So whenever something goes wrong, maybe his player gets a deflection instead of an interception, or he gets some bad animation and he gets stuck instead of getting to return the ball closer to the end zone, or APF happens, because APF sometimes happens. I think he's probably one of the quickest to react and one of the the easiest to blow up.
Oh, okay.
And also Doyle.
The Doyle is in every category. Every category.
Yes.
Let's see. And who is the most laid back, cool, chilled one of the group?
That's interesting because I'd say that whenever the Storm moved to Florida, they had a specific identity, and then with the addition of new players and new people, this identity shifted a bit. So we have the oldest veterans that are more laid back and maybe tend to chat a little bit less than everybody else, instead of the new guys who come in and just try to be as active as I can. As far as most laid back, I would say That's a tough one. That's a tough one.
Oh, okay.
Actually, I need to leave a second. Sorry.
All right, take time.
Sorry. Here.
It's okay. It's all good.
Most laid back. I think somebody who pops up in chat quite a bit and doesn't really make a lot of noise is probably my fellow defensive end, Deontay Stoneville.
Okay.
He's pretty chill. He's definitely one of the most talkative guys, but at the same time one of the guys who is more relaxed, not quite easy on the fuse as like maybe Ryan Davidson or EJ Means. Oh god, I was forgetting about EJ. EJ, he's another guy. He has another awesome guy who talks a lot and is very, very active in the locker room and tends to be quite unhappy whenever APF happens. So I'll have to mention him as well in the list.
Okay, gotcha. So would you like, since you're from Italy, would you like to see a team? Because we have room for 4 more teams, technically.
Yes.
Would you like to see a team in Italy?
I certainly would like to see another team from Europe.
Okay.
That's for sure. I'm not sure that, being Italian, I would absolutely love to see a team in Italy, a team close to my city, maybe a team in Venice. That would be pretty cool, I guess. I don't think there's really space for it right now in the league. I think that if the league has to put another team in Europe, it should be it's not going to be in Italy. I would love to see it, but I don't think that's gonna happen, unfortunately.
Okay, you never know.
But I'd like to see it. Yeah, that would be cool, I think.
Nice. As far as fan bases go and the ability to get sponsorship, do you think that the Storm made the right decision in coming from Alaska to Florida?
I think so. Also because actually, Mighty is from Florida.
Yeah.
Good part of the season, of the team is from Florida, and we actively go after guys who are from Florida. So I think sponsorship-wise, it was the right call. It's Alaska is beautiful. I understand why the team was put there in the first place, but at the same time, I think the opportunities in Florida are much better. Let's just say, much better, many more. So, even if there are other teams in Florida, even if there are other teams in on the East Coast, but I think that was the right call. Yeah.
Fantastic. Now, with all of the new rookies that have joined us, we've actually had a plethora of people join. I think it's well over 2,000, like 50 people that are in the server now. What is some advice that you would give to the rookies that are looking to find a home and get drafted?
I would say don't be afraid to be yourself. Put yourself out there. Let the teams know that who you are and what can you bring to the table. You don't need to be an expert in spreadsheets, or you don't have to be willing to do amazing work. Or you don't even need to be the highest rated player on the board. I'll say this for my team, but I think it's obvious, and I'm sure this goes for many other teams as well. Personality and activity are 2 very big reasons why we go after the guys we go after. So if we don't know you, how can we actually know that you're out there? my advice to rookies is just be active, talk, show who you are. Don't try to paint and some kind of character if you don't want to. And if you want to play a specific character, like we have many in this league, go for it. Go all in and try to roleplay as hard as you can. That's part of the fun of the SFL.
Indeed.
Just be whoever you want to be. There's no limits to what you can do, and just put yourself out there.
Love it. I love it. Now, for all the broadcasters that pronounced your name wrong, let's give them a little tutorial on how to actually pronounce your name the right way.
First of all, thank you for all the amazing broadcasters that make the SFL special every season. Mm-hmm. So, with that out of the way, my name is Alessandro Tomaello, not Tomaello, not Alessandro, not Tomello. I've heard some. I don't blame you. Listen. I don't blame you. That's fine. I don't blame you. I understand it's difficult. I understand English pronunciation is terrible. I had to learn it. And I'm still pretty bad at it. I understand you. But that's not my name. And thank you, and I appreciate all you do. Thank you.
I love it. I felt like we just had to get that out the way because I'm actually kind of bad about that too. You know, I'm kind of bad about that too.
I was telling you about this earlier. I actually don't blame anyone if they butcher my name. You can call me whatever you want. It's fine. It's my fault. So
no, but like I was telling you too. You know, when it is your name, and we do want to try to get it right because this is your player that's out on the field. This is your representation. Absolutely. And you know, you have family and friends watching, then they said the wrong name. Like, who? That is not your name. But that's awesome, man. That's awesome. Well, I know that you do have to go to bed. I know that you got to get up and you got some, work that you're going to be starting very soon. And again, congratulations on that. But before I let you go, 2 things. Did you have any questions for me?
Can you please try to be more inaccurate next time we play? Because holy hell, that was a headache to watch. Oh my God, that was terrible.
Listen, I'll try to be more inaccurate if you would tell Alex Big Sexy Dominguez not to be sacking me so much.
I'll try to put a word, but whenever that's the case, he's not really listening too much. He's a wild animal.
He's a Hall of Famer for a reason, and so is Ron Cochran. Y'all got Hall of Famers over there. Come on now.
You're gonna be joining them soon anyway.
I hope so. One day. But I just had my 30,000 passing yards.
I saw the tweet. Yeah, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. But yeah, that was fun to watch. And like I said, we have like, I would say, sister teams, and the Storm is one for us, Baltimore is one for us, and a few more. But it's like when we play you guys, you do have to prepare. You do have to study very hard. I mean, go back weeks of a film just to see what you guys are changing and everything. But it is an honor to play you guys because of the caliber that you have and the dedication that you guys have. You're not an easy team. And if anybody goes around here and wants easy teams on their schedule, then you'll never get to where you need to be because iron sharpens iron.
I was about to say that. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
It's true. But that was all the questions you have for me right now?
I'm good, thank you.
All right, dear. Well, I cannot let you go without giving you the last word. So that can be a song, that can be a poem, or just a simple shout out. But right now, floor is yours.
Just I'm gonna let you keep all your viewers and not sing because that would be a terrible tragedy if I tried. So I'm gonna let you have it. And I'm just gonna give a big shout out to everybody who makes the the league run, actually, because I've been moderator and administrator in many other leagues, other internet stuff and stuff like that, and I know it's not actually that easy to have all the players of the people, all of those people. Everybody has an opinion on everything. So big shout out to Cam, big shout out to Mr. Ostelli, who probably knows me by first name because of all the DMs I have to send him for clarifications on the rulebook. Thank you to all the support staff. Thanks to you, Ashley. Thanks to all the content creators of the league. Big thanks to everybody in the Storm locker room. So
awesome. I grabbed my guitar just in case you change your mind. We can do a little something.
I think I'm good. It's actually, it's 1 a.m. over here. I'm probably not gonna sing at 1 a.m. if I'm gonna sing.
Don't worry. I'll catch you on your next off break. You're good to go.
We'll try. All
right, love. I'll see you soon, and thank you again.
Thank you very much. See ya.
What is up, SFL Nation? And we are back with my second, fourth, and goal interview for the evening. I am so happy to introduce to you my wide receiver, Mr. Connor Weston, one of my favorite targets. How are you doing?
Doing well, AJ. Thanks so much. How are you doing?
Doing great, man. I'm so happy to have you on the show. This is your first time, huh?
Yeah, happy to be on. Yeah, first time on your show. I was on Eddie's show once before, but yeah, I mean, everything's going Brian high in Arizona. I jumped at the chance at the offer to join your show.
And I really appreciate it. It's always, you guys always gonna get first dibs. I don't care who else is supposed to be on. If y'all want to come on, y'all gonna be on first, okay? But since this is your first time on my show, I would like to know a little bit of information about you. So, what is your hometown? An interesting fact about yourself. You can give us your age if you feel like it, and your favorite NFL team. Please don't say the Packers.
Sure. So let's see. So let's start with favorite NFL team is the New England Patriots. So probably everyone else's least favorite team. From Boston, and I'm in my late 30s. Okay. Interesting fact about me: I'm an identical twin.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that. How does it feel to be a twin, man?
Awesome. It's got like me and my twin are close, so like best friends. So it's it's been great. I mean, I don't know what it's like not to have one, but it's really cool.
It's lonely not having a twin. It's lonely. You got somebody there's always that you guys are here. You understand each other. You probably think alike too. You look alike. You probably think alike too.
Yeah, we have similar personalities. That's cool.
So did you guys play those little tricks on people, like especially when you're in school or something?
Yeah, he was always smarter than me, so I was like, hey, you gotta try to do twice the homework. Just let me see that homework real quick.
Ooh, what the? Just go ahead and sit in my class, man. Just go ahead.
Yeah, we were usually in the same class, so it's kind of like, all right, let's do twice the work in half the time. So
is he in the league too?
Yeah, he's your third string wide receiver.
I figured. Oh my God, I did not know you guys are twins.
Yeah.
It's Ryan Owens, everybody. Yeah. Oh my God, is he with you?
No, he's not here. No.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, he's gonna be jealous that she was on the show and I wouldn't.
Exactly.
But man, I'm so happy to have you on again. So let's talk about these playoff games, man. Brother, I didn't know. Some of them was so close. Like that Florida game was so
edge of my
close.
seat. Cliff Allen coming through big time. What a leg.
I mean, 56 yards. And it was all up to him. We tried, But if it wasn't for him and if it wasn't for that wind kind of giving him that little push, different story.
I know.
Then our defense had to hold them, make sure they didn't get a first down or get any life in them, because Mighty and Art, they're a really good pair, and they will find a way to target downfield. But man, and what about this last game with London? What are your thoughts on that?
I know. The first started out, I was like, oh boy. I think your first 2 interceptions were targets to me. Great plays by the defenders there, and it looked like our first couple drives was like, oh man, this could be a rough one for us. And then all of a sudden, just started to click, and yeah, we kind of got on a roll there. You were throwing dimes, so great offense, and our defense was coming through with some interceptions, and I was just, as I was watching, I was just like, wow, everything was clicking right for us. I got to hand it to our coaches for coming up with a great game plan there. But yeah, it was fun to watch. Now we're on to the championship. I can't wait.
Yes, me either. And next time somebody try to jam you up, just hit them with your elbow, just right in the chest.
Good advice.
Yeah, definitely. And man, you saw them. They tried to take me out, bro. That's the first time I have ever been hurt in a game out of the 7 seasons I've been in this league. Never.
Yeah, I think everyone in the locker room was just a collective gasp and fingers crossed that it was a quick return. Luckily, it was just the leg cramp, and get you some food to get you back, and we got you back at the end of halftime there, and that made all the difference.
Pickle juices and orange slices, man. You gotta have them on standby. But yeah, they have to understand that we are resilient. You can try to come after me, and if you do, you might knock me down for a little bit, but it's how you bounce back, and we damn sure did that, man. But we got a tough opponent ahead of us in Baltimore. I mean, 3-time champions out of the 4 times they've been there.
I mean, they're just like a machine, kind of. They've been there. They have the experience. They've proven it time and time again that they're the top of the SFL. It's gonna be a really tough game.
Indeed, and then they can score on you with their offense, with their defense, or with their special teams. I think somebody had, who was it? I think it was Enzo Bolt, or was it Ivory Irvin? One of them had a kick return touchdown and a punt return touchdown. Like, how?
Yeah.
So
I know it's like they are can be just so many ways, and to add that on top of it, it's just like, oh my goodness.
I know, it's crazy. So now, Connor, you've actually been on a few teams before us, and I would like to know, like, what was your experience on those teams, and then why did you wind up testing free agency?
Yeah, I mean, my experience has always been positive with the SFL. I get drafted by the Portland Fleet. Really love those guys over there with Jacob and Mel Davis. They kind of helped me get my player along. Ultimately, I left for free agency and joined Optimus Prime over at San Diego, mainly to have a team to play it with my brother, to both be wide receivers there. And that was a great experience too. But then I took on the GM role kind of late in the off season. There was just kind of a lot of time and effort went into it. And it was kind of, draining on my energy of the league a little bit. And so at that point, I was like, I just kind of want to step away because it was just taking up too much. And so then I took that. I think I took that off season off, and then I was planning on not joining back. But then you reached out when the Hands brothers retired, knowing that me and my brother were still technically free agents. And I've always looked up to Eddie and you as ambassadors of the league and what you guys bring to it, and knowing that I could just come back as a player and not be in the front office position, which I kind of had a taste of and didn't really get the enjoyment from that. I actually really enjoyed being a player. So I was thinking, oh, maybe this will be a perfect way to come back and enjoy the league, what it has to offer, but as a player, and not have the the stress and the detractions that I kind of experienced as a GM that kind of took away from the funness of the league. So when that opportunity, when you guys reached out, presented itself, I thought long and hard about it and thought that this was like a perfect fit. And now that I've been here for 2 seasons, I'm glad that I made the decision to join your team and be a part of it. And it's been great. And I've loved the Arizona locker room. And I've also, as I said, in my experience, I've also loved the Portland and San Diego teams as well. So, yeah.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff. And tell me, since you've been in those 3 locker rooms, was there a difference in those 3 locker rooms? And if so, what was it? Or if it was everything is pretty much the same, then that's fine too. But what do you think?
I mean, to be honest, it was pretty similar. I just feel like some of the, when I was a GM, I'd kind of get more like DMs with things that you don't really see in like necessarily in the locker room.
Mm-hmm.
So because the experience in the locker rooms were all pretty similar. They're all pretty, team camaraderie, watching together, having a good time together. And that's kind of what I enjoyed. But then kind of as a GM, I kind of got like the behind the scenes where it was just kind of like, oh no, like what about this? Kind of different things that aren't even really expressed in the locker room, to be honest, that you just kind of had to deal with that I didn't really enjoy dealing with. So that's kind of was mainly the difference. But in the locker room, actually, like the team, it's been pretty similar. So yeah, it's all been positive.
Awesome. Now I am curious to know, because everybody's different, right? So what was it about the GM role that, I mean, besides it taking up a lot of your time, because it really can, especially if you're trying to be a good one. Yeah. What was it about being a GM that kind of turned you off? Or is there anything that maybe if it was a little bit different here, then you probably would have stayed?
Honestly, it was just kind of like, when you're just talking with the individual players and, they're like, oh, like what they were trying to get out of it and hope. And then you try to make that happen. And then it just seemed like there was too many like conflicting things that were going on that was just kind of tough to be like, oh, well, this person wants this, but we can only do Y. It's hard to explain in detail other than just saying that there was just a lot behind the scenes that we were just trying to make everybody happy, and it was just impossible to do that. Yeah. Essentially. And so it was just kind of getting to the point where it's just like I was trying to do everything I could to make everyone happy, and then at the time I was just not making myself happy with my experience with it. So ultimately is what made me not want to do it anymore.
No, I definitely understand that. I definitely understand that because, when you genuinely care and you people are paying their money and they want to have a good experience, and there's some things that you can control, but there's some things that you can't. And it's frustrating when there's a situation that you are presented with that you just can't do anything about. They're still upset, and so I can understand, wanting to kind of be like, you know what, let me just go ahead and be a player, sit back and relax and just be a part of the team that way. So I totally get it. You have had a fantastic career so far.
Thanks.
You've had 340 receptions. Let me make sure. 340 receptions, 4,383 reception yards. You averaged 12.9 yards per reception, and you have 22 touchdowns so far.
Yeah, no, it's been great. I've had it, been lucky enough to play with some great quarterbacks and some great teams. So, yeah, happy to just keep it rolling and kind of keep being productive out there.
Awesome. Now, who did you build your player? Did you build your player like in an image that you would want to be if you were actually playing, or did you build him after maybe an NFL player since you're the Patriots fan?
My favorite player growing up was Randy Moss.
Okay.
So I don't know if I really tried. But when I joined the league, I was kind of looking at other players that did well. I think I was looking at Gabe Manning because I think he was, touted as like one of the best and had a lot of attributes and everything. So I kind of looked at his build and figured out, I think I kind of modeled it a little bit after his, like in terms of like height. I'm not even sure about the weight, but I know like there were certain height requirements and weight requirements when you first sign up. So I was kind of trying to figure out what was like a good medium between those two. I think it was Gabe Manning is who I looked at.
Okay, nice, excellent. So I got some fun questions for you from the team. Questions. Sure. So who is the funniest member of our team?
Funniest?
Yeah.
Maybe. Oh boy. Maybe who? I want to either Parker or Sean. What do you think?
Sean, Big Dog.
Yeah.
Probably Sean with those. Instagram things he posts all the time.
Yeah. I like the one about like teaching your son. That was fun.
That was hilarious. Who's the most talkative?
Probably Parker.
Yeah, I knew he was gonna say.
Yeah.
Who's the most serious?
I don't know, DJ. I don't know. You or DJ? I mean, I don't know. Serious is a tough tone. I mean, I just like business. Like, all right, let's like all the posts are kind of about the game or I don't know. I'm gonna go with DJ if I had to pick, I guess.
DJ, okay. I mean, if you thought it was me, it was cool. I do have my moments. But so who do you think? Let's see. What was the other one I had? It was the most. No, I already said that one. Who's the most motivational person?
I mean, I would say Eddie.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
It's not close to me. Yeah.
Yeah.
He gets everyone ready.
Exactly. And I had another question, but I forgot what it was. I need to start writing these down as far as teams. But if I think about it, I'll go back to it. But have you and your brother, or have you ever played sports before?
Yeah, I was mainly baseball and hockey growing up.
Okay.
Yep, and then just played football. Never on a team. Never tackle football. Just to play flag football.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
So, out of hockey and baseball, which one was your favorite, and were you any good at them at the sport?
I'm okay at them. I still play hockey now.
Okay.
I probably enjoyed. I played baseball for a while too. Probably just stopped that a couple of years ago. I got transitioned to softball now, right? That's kind of the thing.
Yeah.
But I probably enjoy hockey the most.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, is there a particular position that you like to play? I mean, that you prefer to play?
Yeah, I'm a center in hockey.
Okay.
Take the face-offs. Yeah.
Okay, what about baseball?
Baseball, I was either shortstop or third base.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
I heard shortstops is nothing to play with. Ooh. Well, more power to you.
Yeah.
So, do you have any aspirations now? You've been a GM, and you know that that's not something. Do you have any aspirations maybe later on in your career that you'd want to do maybe some beat writing or maybe a broadcast or two or even do the stats or anything?
No, not really, to be honest.
Okay.
Probably just, I mean, I'm happy to do interviews and stuff, but I think kind of to have the stress of trying to make sure you put out a certain amount of content is tough, for what I'm looking for. So so that's why I commend you guys who are able to do it and do it so well. So
hey, no worries, man. No worries. So you know what? It's about having a love for it because it can be taxing, but at the same time, it's not like we are forced to do this. Hey, if you want to take a break, you can just take a break. Until I took 4 weeks, I have over 200 shows, but still, I took 4 weeks, And, so when you need to take a break, the community understands. And I think being able to provide something for the community when we don't have any games on like right now, but then look forward to watch, keep them engaged. I think that's important too. So, it's all good. It's all good. I don't mind doing it. So what are some dreams or goals personally that you have that you would like to see achieved by this time next year?
Oh, geez. Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's just, I'm hoping that we can get this championship, just play hard and play our game. I've just really been enjoying my time with Arizona, and, I'm hoping you guys can see that, and I'm happy to be a valuable member of the team. Just kind of keep plugging away and working towards our one goal of just trying to win. I think everything's come together for us really good this season, and hopefully, if we win it, great, and keep it going next season. If we don't, then hopefully we come back even stronger. That's kind of all I'm kind of hoping for, and kind of trying to just put my, do what I can to help the team best, with the progressions, make sure I don't miss anything, help build the player that fits the team scheme the best. Happy to do all that. So, I'm just kind of enjoying the moment that we have right now, and kind of just hopefully it just keeps going. So even in a year time, hopefully, we're still clicking, and you're still throwing me TDs.
That's right. That's right. As long as you catch them, man. Catch them.
I know. I can't drop any.
Elbow them out the way.
I'm learning.
But and what about in your real life? Do you have any goals that you want to accomplish?
No, just kind of still just be the best dad I can be for my kids. It's kind of all I strive to do is just be, just kind of make my family's life as easy as possible and make them happy. It's all I care about. So.
Hey, I definitely understand that, man. Family first. Yeah. So, how do you handle the adversity and trash talk that sometimes occur?
Usually I try to ignore it. If I get involved, that's when trouble starts sometimes.
Okay.
Not that it has happened, but it's like, I just don't even want to partake sometimes, just because it's just sometimes over the top, but it's all in good competition. Usually I just try to just tune it out, to be honest. Just try to just stay in the locker room and kind of if I get too wound up, say something in there, so that way the team knows. But then, no, it's not in general or anything like that.
Okay.
Yeah, but usually it's just sometimes it's good, sometimes it's just like I just don't want to be too involved in any type of drama. So.
No, I get that. Yeah. But I have seen somebody try to come for your teammates. What you say?
Yeah, exactly.
Don't you come for them. But
sometimes it's tough because it's like then you can't tell the tone, so it's like I don't know if they're joking, if they're not. And so you don't want to take anything like too personal or too be too sensitive about something. So it's just it's usually just best to like I'm just kind of trying to stay out of it.
Good deal, man. Good deal. What do you think is a sport that currently exists that needs more attention on it, that may not get a lot of attention? Like some people are saying, hockey? Okay. I
love hockey. I mean, I don't know. So it's like if you're asking, just to like the US, but hey, we got the ESPN contract now. So hopefully that's good for the NHL. But yeah, I just really like hockey and enjoy watching hockey. It's probably my favorite sport. But yeah, if you're asking me about sport that needs more attention.
Hey.
I don't know, what answers do you usually get?
I've gotten pickleball. I've gotten cornhole, which I'm not sure if they were.
Geez, okay.
But I've also gotten race car, NASCAR, and baseball because people don't like to sit through those 9 innings, and it moves kind of slowly for them. So, and I've actually got soccer last week.
Yeah, soccer, I occasionally will watch soccer. I got into the F1 racing because of the Netflix series. So I've been watching the F1 this year. Okay. Haven't really done real NASCAR or anything like that. So, yeah, interesting.
I did iRacing when we went to Houston. And Mike St. Green had a whole setup at his house, and we were there. When I tell you, it's an amazing experience and it's fun, but you got to make sure you kind of slow down on them curves, man. I hit that curve kind of hard. I almost toppled over.
I bet.
Oh, man. But listen, don't want to hold you too long because I know that you're a busy man, but I was wondering, do you have any questions for me?
No, I just want to say thanks for doing this. You're a great QB. I'm happy to be a guest anytime on your show. I'm trying to think of any pointed questions I could ask, but
well, just so you know, whoever wins the championship, they get to take over my show for an entire show. So if we win, that means it's going to be a whole AZ podcast.
Perfect. We'll get the whole team on.
There you go. Everybody get the chance to finally hear the voices. Maybe not see everybody's faces, but at least hear the voices of everybody. So it's gonna be nice, man. It's nice. But
yes. Well, so real quick, what's your favorite part of the SFL? Which I'm sure you probably have answered before, but just to remind everybody.
I think it's the community. I think it is how our community relates to each other, and the fact that the SFL has a different type of community, or the Discord has a different type of community than any other Discord servers that I've been in, any other activities that I've been in, because you have a mesh, it's like a melting pot of all walks of life, whether you're from Italy, because I have Mr. Tomello.
Yeah,
he's on the show with me. Yeah. So you have Italy, you have people from Portugal. I think somebody's from Hong Kong that just joined us. But then you have, of course, the states represented. So it's just a big melting pot of not only different countries, but even people in different occupations, from being the stay-at-home mom or dad to maintenance workers for helicopters and military servicemen, and it's a melting pot of all different people coming together to watch a game, but to interact with each other. And you find that you have way more in common with people when you get a chance to be on a platform like this, and it's nothing pretentious. You typically can trust what is said here, or if someone is saying that they're this or that, you can typically trust that. When you're in other platforms, I wouldn't do that, because people can paint themselves to be anybody that they want to. But I mean, they can do that here too, but the community is what draws people in. And when people leave, when people go elsewhere, they always tend to gravitate back to this community, even if they don't play anymore. They're still going to be a part of the Discord, still going to be hanging out and talking, because it's important, and it's different.
No, it's great. I agree.
Yeah. Plus all the thousands of jobs I have too, I'm kind of definitely dedicated.
Yes, 100%. Yes, you are.
So, anything else?
No, thank you very much for taking the time and all you do for Arizona as well as the league in general.
Man, you're very, very welcome. I have a love for all of you. I have love for the league, so that's the reason why I do so much, and that's real. So.
Yeah, no, and I believe, I know it. So thanks so much.
You're welcome. Now, I cannot let you leave without giving you the last word. So that can be either a song. You can sing a song. I got my guitar over here. I'll play with you.
No one wants to hear me sing. I can tell you that.
Keep saying that. Or you can recite a poem, or you can just give a shout out. But right now, Connor, the floor is yours.
Just going to give a quick shout out to all the Arizona Scorpions and for making this a great year and a great experience. I appreciate all of you and appreciate you, AJ.
I appreciate you too, man. Thank you for coming out of retirement to play with us. You and your brother were heroes in that moment, because I did not know what we were going to do. I had no clue. And when the Hands brothers left, and I understand everybody leaves, for different reasons. The one of them just had a baby, one of them got married, so I get it, But it's just the timing that was just so bad. But when you guys stepped up to the plate to come help us out, I think that was one of the best decisions that we made, even coming after you guys and then just grabbing you, because you're dedicated. You're always here. You always progress. You always, you let us know one way or the other when you can how much we mean to you. And I just want to take the time out to let you know that you mean a lot to this team and a lot to me. And so thank you for coming out of retirement to helping us, man.
Not a problem. Thanks so much.
You're welcome. I'll see you soon.
All right, take care.
Let's go get this win, man.
Yeah, let's do it. All right. Can't wait. See you on the field.
Absolutely.
Bye.
Three, 2, 1. That is it. Thank you so much for taking time out to join us this evening for the show. Special thanks goes out to Alessandro and Connor for taking time out to be with me also. And of course, my co-hosts, Diggy and Eddie. Gentlemen, do you have any good words for the people before we leave?
Just good luck to you both and the rest of your team and the championship game, and good luck to Baltimore. That's all I got.
All right, Eddie.
Pretty much the same thing. I echo his comments. Also, for a long time, I used to blame the AI for Arizona's shortcomings, not publicly like some people do, but internally I did. And one day I just took it upon myself and said, I'm gonna just be mindful of the fact that we all play under the same rules and under the same, gaming system. We all playing All Pro 2K8. I personally love the game. I don't want us to see us move to any other product, but I learned to stop making excuses for Arizona shortcomings and just do what I could to become a better coach and become a better scout, and just all around just try to get better. Still haven't proven anything yet. Still trying to find my way. If I get a chip, maybe I change my mind on that. But I'm getting there. I'm kind of proud of where Arizona has come. I remember watching championship games and remembering watching them and watching teams come out there with their players and saying, my name is Giovanni Boat. I play safety in whatever city he's from. And I said, man, that's pretty damn cool. I'm gonna work my tail off because I want my teammates to one day be able to have that moment. And so to have Cam reach out to us a couple of days ago and have us send in our requests and to see how some of the guys got creative with what they did, it just brought back a smile on my face, and it reminded me of the conversation I had with myself that one day that was gonna be us. I was gonna help put Arizona on the map. And I thank you guys for motivating me to continue working hard to do so. You guys make my job a little less hard. It's hard, but it's a little less hard with the way you guys continue to motivate me to push forward to get this thing where we're trying to go. So thank you guys, and let's go compete and try to get a win in a few days.
Indeed. And last thing I gotta say, I've had Baltimore on my team. I had Baltimore on my show many times as the championship winners, as people just wanted to come on. So I do have love for Baltimore, and I think that this is going to be a bittersweet game for all of us, because as I said, there are certain teams that are like sister teams, because we are in touch with the other coaches. We talk, they support us and we support them and things like that. So to be able to really play against your friends is an honor, and it is an honor to play Baltimore. But I really, really want this win for Arizona. I really want to be able, because the championship gets to take over my show. So I've had Baltimore on here 3 times already. It would mean a lot. Excuse me. It'd mean a lot to have Arizona on here.
Yeah.
To have my squad that I'm celebrating with, And I believe in us. I believe we can do it. We have what it takes. And I believe in you, Coach. So let's get out here and get this win for everybody. All right?
For sure.
Mm-hmm. Excuse me, guys.
You're putting a lot of pressure on me, Ashley. Come on, man.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. But even it doesn't matter how it shakes out. I'm one of your day ones, and I will always be there. I've watched you grow. I've watched this team incline the entire way since season 14. And I know what you can do. I know what we can all do. So that's why I'm so passionate right now. I really want this win for all of us. And I think we deserve it, especially the path that we took to get here.
Yeah.
So, but I am looking forward to bringing you guys another great podcast next week. But until then, y'all, stay safe, treat each other well. For Eddie, for Diggy, Striker, Brown. I didn't mean to be that emotional, but I'm just thinking about everything as in its entirety, all the things we had to go through, all the things that, you know, we've been through personally, you know, you're dealing with family, you're dealing with jobs, you're dealing with stress from that. Then you got to come home and you got to, you know, look at a screen for God knows how long, you know. Just thinking back to all of that, and I'm thinking about those player intros that I saw everybody do, and they're so excited, you know what I mean? But I do want to let you know, man, that, like I said, when we ended, it doesn't matter, and it's not because I'm the owner of the team either, but it doesn't matter what the outcome of this game is. The people that believe in you with this is gonna stay. And that's who you win for. That's who you strive for. And that's why you spend so many hours and so many sleepless nights doing this. And I just want people to know that, you know, we're serious about it, because I believe that people, you know, I like the other games we played, and then their house, you know. I don't think that people realize that this means a lot, you know. And I'm sure it means a lot to Baltimore, definitely, because they get a 4th ring.
Right.
But we won our first one. Y'all can win as many championships as y'all want after this one, bro. Just let us, we need this one, you know. So, but yeah, like I said, I'm sorry, man. I really wasn't expecting to do that, but
you see what Hunter Norwood just posted in the chat?
What did he post?
He said, feels so good to be back in the title game. Came over here with this goal in mind, and thank God I got the day off to see it play out.
Yeah, this is gonna be one for the ages, man. This is gonna be one for the ages, because, you know, there's a lot of people that's rooting against us for whatever reason. You know, it doesn't matter the reason, really. But yeah, you got it, man. We believe in you.